Hi everyone, I'm your host Jessica Black, and thank you for tuning in to another episode of Pillow Talk with Jess. Before we start, I would like to thank our sponsors, Made in Beauty, for these very nice pajamas, and Dream Aesthetics. So today, y'all, I have someone that is literally hilarious, and that is his brand, Rod Minger. I know. I did the whole.
You did the whole thing. Yeah, I feel like some music was finna start, so I didn't want to interrupt the music because I wanted my time. Okay. Well, thank you for the invite. This place is amazing, by the way.
Thank you. So yes, we have Rod Minger. See, I'm already messing up your name.
It's Minger.
I'm French.
Okay. How would you say that in French?
Minger.
Oh, that's terrible.
See, Minger, but it's Minger.
It's Minger, like singer with the M.
With the M. Rod
that's
Minger.
Spelled the same way.
So Rod, I watch you online and you crack me up every single time.
I appreciate it.
Because you tap into different things.
Yes.
Right? The ones that speak to me are when you talk about relationships.
Yes.
So I was like, why not have you on the show?
Yeah.
To actually have a conversation about your point of views.
I appreciate it. I like to talk about relationships. Right? It's one of my favorite things.
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
Bring it on.
Let's get to it.
Don't get me canceled.
No, I'm not going to get you canceled.
I mean by the word, I mean at home. I'm joking. Go on. I'm ready.
But talking about at home, so you are married. I see a ring on your finger.
Married.
Right. It's locked.
It's locked in. It's on that tight. It's on that tight.
How long have you been married?
I've been married 3 years, April the 4th.
Wow, 3 years. Okay, how did you know she was the one?
Oh man, I get that question a lot, right?
Really?
So we had a very unique introduction to each other.
Okay.
So we used to work for Disney Cruise Lines.
Oh.
Yeah, we both worked with Mickey and Minnie. They signed our checks for a few years.
Oh.
So my wife is a trained professional ballerina.
Oh.
And so
she's flexible.
Yes.
Just saying.
I was trying to answer your question with a straight face, okay, but you just had to dive. You had to double down. But yeah, so she was on the dance team on the ship, and I was the adult MC for all the adult entertainment.
Oh.
When I say adult entertainment for Disney, that requires trivia, dance parties, meet and greets, magic shows, ventriloquist acts, things of that nature. So everything the adults, where they could drop the kids off, they come be with me. So while I'm there, there was something in my contract that I didn't see.
Okay.
So I come on board like one of my first or second weeks, and there's this show, and this white guy comes out this curtain. He's like, yeah, Dick, he's doing these weird dances. I'm like, who's this weird corny dude? And the assistant cruise director walks up and say, hey, Rod, you might want to record this. Next week, that's going to be you.
Oh.
I'm already on the show. I'm in the middle of the ocean.
Oh, okay.
Like, nobody told me. I wasn't told. I wasn't told I was supposed to dance. I didn't know. I'm 33. My knees already hurt. Like, I didn't know that I was going to be a part of the dance production. So I pull up my phone and I start recording. And as I start recording, about 2 minutes into recording, out jumps this beautiful chocolate ballerina girl. Yeah. And I'm not even paying attention to the show anymore. Now I'm recording her. Who was that? Because first thing, I'm on the ship. I haven't seen black women this fine. I haven't even seen it. And after that, I don't know who that is, but I'm gonna find out.
Okay,
and,
I love it.
Yeah, and I found her. It took me 2 weeks to find her though. The ship is huge.
Really, 2 weeks?
I didn't see her for 2 weeks. Yeah, she was like missing in action.
Oh.
And then one day I seen her outside sitting on this bench, arguing on the phone with I guess the ex before me maybe. And I said, I think something clever to say. And I walked up to her. I said, I got it. I said, hey, excuse me, hang up.
Oh.
Hang up.
Hang up.
Hang up. She's like, what? Like, hang up the phone. The conversation looks whack.
Oh.
And then boom, here we are.
Oh, that's it. That's all it took.
That's all it took.
Hang up.
And we never stopped. We never stopped from there. And then we just never been inseparable ever since.
Wow. So it's been nothing but green flags all the way through.
Come on now, it's always gonna be a red flag somewhere.
Oh, so what were they?
Well, we were long distance.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were long distance. She's from New York.
Okay.
So yeah, she's from New York, from Alabama, but I lived here.
Okay.
And then deciding where she gonna stay on the ships longer. Was I gonna stay on it longer? Was I gonna get off? And just things like that, just normal stuff, just getting to know each other. But what I like with us is I made sure that we built a friendship first. So we were friends for like a year before we even dated. Well, before we made it a title.
Okay.
Yeah, black people will do great.
Right.
We hang out.
Right.
Yeah,
okay.
y'all can read between the lines, whatever that means. We hung out.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So how did you make the long distance thing work? Because I feel like out of already relationships take a lot of work. Right?
Correct.
But there's a lot more challenges when you're not in the same city.
Correct.
You can't see your person all the time.
No.
There's FaceTimes, but there's no physical touch.
There's no physical.
How did you make that work, and for how long were you dating long distance before?
Let's see. We met in 2018. We didn't live in the same place till 2020.
Oh.
So it sounds difficult, but it's not. You just have to be very, very intentional with how you communicate.
Okay.
So our contracts were kind of offset. So she would be on the East Coast ship for 8 to 9 months. And then I was it sounds terrible, but I was a swinger. Is what they called it, but not the swinger, not the sexual swinger. It's the swing shift.
Okay.
So my contract would start on the West Coast for the first 2 months, and then I spend 2 to 3 months on the East Coast. So we were never like on the same time zone.
Okay.
So you had to be very intentional with what times you talk, and you have to take them serious, almost like that it's a job.
Okay.
It's like, okay, when it's 7 o'clock my time, we like 12 o'clock her time.
Right.
Midnight. So it's like I got to be available for that call to make sure we can talk, and then we can treat it like we're on the same time zone, even though she's about to go to sleep.
I get it.
So just don't miss. And then my contracts would end ahead of hers, so I would always go back and visit.
Okay.
And then when her contracts would end, she would come and visit me.
Okay.
And so we just stayed intentional like that and just never missed. We took our video chats very, very serious.
Really? And how do you build trust that way with long distance?
Just be open. Just got to be open with what's going on. Each time she called me, I might have been out. I might have been out watching a football game, but I did not answer. I'm not going to text her, I'm at a football game, I can't answer. Okay. I'd pick up, and you hear the loud rowdiness in the background. You see the people around me, hey, I'm at a bar, boom, I call you when I leave here, boom. Versus like, I'm hiding something, or you can't get in contact with me. I was never not reachable, and she was never not reachable when I reached out to her. Okay. It's vice versa.
And when you started dating her, were you dating with intention?
Yes, very much intention. I was just like, now on the ship, it was very easy to date because the ship life is like a fairy tale. Okay. You have a butler, you have a chef, somebody's cooking for you, somebody's cleaning your room. You're not really paying, overhead at home. So I was like, in the fantasy world of Disney, I was like, we're great. Okay. I said, so I would say to her, I was like, this is great, but the first thing we have to see before we move any farther is how are we away from the Disney setting? Correct. And then so once she got here, I was like, my countdown started. So behind her back, she didn't know it. I knew her mom wasn't crazy about her moving to Atlanta. Okay. So I reached out to her mom. Oh. I said, because this is my second marriage. Okay. So I've been married before. Okay. And I was like, one of the biggest mistakes I feel like I made in my first marriage is I didn't live with her first. So I wasn't going to make that mistake again. So I reached out to her mom. I said, I know you're uncomfortable with her moving here, but what we're going to do is I'm going to tap in with you every month and let you know where we are. Oh. Whether we're doing good, whether we're doing bad. I said, but if we feel the way we felt on the ship within 5 months, I'm going to be calling you asking for your blessing to marry her. Wow. And that's what I did. And it went just like it was supposed to. You were
intentional.
Very intentional.
I love that. Mm-hmm. So why did she move here instead of you moving to her?
Well, I was more established on land than she was. Okay. She had been on the ships I only worked on the ships for 3 years. She worked on the ship for 7 years. Oh, okay. So she would just go home for a couple months, then go right back to the ship. Mm-hmm. Where me, I had already started. I had agents here, my managers were here, my following was building here. I had done lots of plays here, and I already had my house here. So it was just easier to transition. For her to come here. Okay. And you guys were living in this fantasy world and everything. So now, when you moved in together, what was the biggest adjustment? I guess. I don't know. You know what? Believe it or not, she moved here 2 days before the pandemic started. Oh. Okay. So she got here right before everything shut down. Mm-hmm. And it was actually kind of familiar. Okay. Because we had been shut in on the ship. Right. You actually quarantine onto the ship, believe it or not. Even though you can get off and go to the land, but you still got to come back to your cabin. Right. You're living there, you're working there. So we had already kind of been confined like that. So that was actually kind of familiar. The only adjustment was she had never seen me stressed. Because I had just left, and then I was about to start back touring with comedy, and then now we have a pandemic, so now I have nothing to do, and I feel like a kid that couldn't go outside because it was raining. It was insane. So that was the adjustment, but the relationship itself was kind of familiar. Okay, and how do you deal with conflict resolution? I'm really big on tough talks. I tell people I call it the tough hour.
Yeah.
I think you probably seen me say this online before. So what a tough hour is, you take this hour and talk about whatever the dispute is, and nobody interrupts. No bad body language. No being on your phone. No eye rolls. No huffs. Let's take this tough hour and attack whatever it is, and not attack each other's emotions, but attack what the solution is. And I feel like if people would sit down and take that hour, it can save their week.
Of course.
But what happens is people skip that hour repetitively.
Yes.
So now that hour, you have 6 hours of things you need to discuss. And you just like, I don't have time for that. Where me, let's talk about it right now. Let's go ahead and peel the Band-Aid off. And it's worked for us. Like we sit down at the table, we get to it. Now it gets heated. That hour is heated. It's going to hurt your feelings in them. Oh yeah, that hour gets real. Because you got to peel it back, because the average person doesn't want to be direct with an issue. They want to talk to their homegirls. They want to talk to their homeboys. And talk to a family member. I don't believe in that because I'm not going to go to my homeboy or my homegirl or my family about what we're going through. So if we have an issue, let's have our tough talk. We say it out loud. Hey, need to have tough talk. Let's go to the table and we have it up.
I like that. I like that you call it a tough talk because I feel like communication is the most important thing. Well, one of the most important things in relationships, right?
Correct.
And was she the type of person that was a communicator as well, just as much as you? Was it a little bit of a struggle?
No, it was an adjustment for her because she said the average guy she's dated, they were the shutdown types.
Right.
And then when I listen to my boys, a lot of them are shut down. They'll leave the house or they'll just stop talking or they walk around and ignore each other.
Yeah.
But with my first marriage, that mother could have a grudge even if she caused it, and I had never seen nothing. We'd be mad 2 weeks, a month, 2 months, 3 months. It was even before we split up, we were mad for like 5 months straight.
Really?
And I was like, never again. I can never get somebody that's not mature enough to try to figure out what the solution is. Because at this point, if you let so much time go by, you're just playing ping pong with y'all emotions. I'm mad, you're mad, I'm mad, you're mad.
Yeah.
No. Let's have that energy to fight for what the solution is so we can go to sleep at night.
I understand.
And that's what, so it was different because she said she had never seen it. But I mean, it works.
I mean, that's what I think is the root of healthy relationships, right? And I like the fact that you said that you guys started off as friends.
Correct.
A lot of people don't start off as friends, and I feel that's why some relationships may not work, right?
Because you need to be able to like them when you don't like them.
Exactly. If I like you as a person,
correct,
I will love you as my partner.
Correct.
Right? So, and I get to learn, like, what are the things that make you tick? And the fact that you started off a friendship, there's certain things that you can peel back and talk about that you necessarily wouldn't talk to with like someone else, I
tell people when they're in relationships and they have trouble having those tough talks, I said you have to treat your person in a relationship with the same respect you'll treat one of your homegirls, like one of your homeboys. Like you're not gonna just snap off on your homeboy just randomly because you don't want to hurt his feelings.
Right. You
gotta treat your partner the same way. You don't want to just hurt their feelings, so you want to try to communicate effectively so y'all keep going about y'all day. Okay.
And aside from the communication part, what is the biggest thing you've learned from your previous marriage?
Oh man. A lot. Yeah. Well, first thing, I went to therapy while getting ready to get divorced. So that changed a lot of aspects. And I feel like when you're in a relationship, you need therapy for y'all, and you also need therapy for you.
Right.
And you need to figure out what makes you tick and what drives you through the wall. Over communicate stuff, even if it sounds like you're dragging it on. Like you gotta over communicate because if you're not over it, then you're not over it. That's true. Just because you're not talking about it, don't mean you're not bothered. Yeah. And solutions are more important than whatever emotion that you're having, even if y'all don't understand it. And then sometimes I think when people are talking, they're having conflict, they don't realize it's not the conflict that they're having. They're having two different conversations. Right. You're talking about this and they're talking about that. And so now y'all trying to explain these two different conversations to each other. So sometimes one person has to pull out like, hold on, wait a minute. What are you hearing me say? Right. Yeah. And then, I mean, it sounds elementary, but like sometimes when somebody repeats something back and you hear them repeat it, you're like, oh no, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I meant. Right. So let me reword it. And then it gives you a chance to kind of almost get a pause and a rewind and then a start over. Versus like once the nose start flaring, it's over with. You know what I'm saying? It's over. Once people, the eyes start rolling and those hard breaths start coming, like that conversation is dead. Yeah. And when you got divorced, did you knew that you wanted to remarry? Yes, just not immediately. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I think, believe it or not, man, it sounds crazy because how podcasts are now. The average man knows he's going to have to get married eventually. Even the biggest player knows that. Oh. You don't hear a lot of men online say, "Oh, I don't need a woman." That's true. You hear women say, "I don't need a man." Right. So even the players that can't stick to one woman, they know eventually, like, one day I'm going to have to stop this. You know what I'm saying? So I knew when I got divorced, I knew I'd do it again. I was in a place where I wasn't in space to receive it then. So I was very open-minded when I was in my bachelor phase.
Okay.
That's what we call it. I call it dating properly. So I would be very honest with women that I was out with. Like, hey, you know, I just got divorced.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not looking for nothing serious. So if you look for something serious, I'm the wrong person. So I would say it out loud. So it was up to them from there because I know that I'm a natural romantic.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I was raised by women. You know, grandmother and mom. So I'm flowers, candies, foot rubs, back rubs. You know, I'm a pleaser. Okay. So you're gonna have a great time. Yeah. But that don't mean my mind is changing. Okay. But I was very open-minded about it.
Really? And did they run? Like, did they make it run for the hills?
Actually, it would make them kind of think a little harder.
Really? But you know, that's the thing, because a lot of women think they could change a man.
They think you change your mind. They think the box is going to change your mind. Box never changes anybody.
It doesn't.
If box was all it took to keep relationships together, y'all know what I mean when I say box.
Of course.
If box is all it took for men to stay with women, there would be no prostitution for hookers.
Yeah, that's true.
It would be because everybody would just be in a relationship and be stuck.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So most time when a man settles down with a woman, it's something way deeper than the box. It's something in her mental. It's something in the way that she talks. Something in the way she speaks to him or speaks over him. Or way she makes him feel on the inside. It's something internal that keeps people locked together in a relationship.
Yeah. And how long from your last divorce until your next?
Yeah, so I got divorced in 2013. Okay. I didn't get married again until 2022.
Oh, that's good. Okay, that's a good time. Yeah. Because, you know, I'm kind of going through it. I've been divorced for 3 years now. Okay. Right? And I'm like, the dating scene is trash.
Is it?
No, it is.
Are you hunting the same places?
No, you know what? The thing is, okay, so, you know, I come from Canada. Okay. I moved here, you know.
Wait, and the Canada dudes ain't shit either?
Nobody ain't shit.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, the Montreal men are great. Okay. Don't come for me, Montreal. Don't come for me, Montreal, okay?
It's okay.
I'm talking to the camera now. No, I feel like it's men in general, right? Okay. There's so many options out here between Instagram, TikTok, and this and that they want to keep their options open, and no one wants to settle.
Yeah, and the thing is, those options are fluke. Because I think social media makes men think they have more options than they really have. Because just because, you know, you see a girl that's beautiful don't mean you're going to be able to take her out and she's going to make you feel a certain way. Right. So basically what dudes are battling with is not the option, it's the lust in their minds. Yeah, so they don't have the option that they think they have. Like, you know, can you afford all these women? Can you date all of them? No. You know what I'm saying? Do you want to be with all of them? Are you going to like their personalities when y'all go out? You don't know. So, you know, you just kind of got to relax. Don't get caught up in the social media stuff. Oh, wow. But what I tell women, so you're newly divorced. Are you dating properly?
What does that mean to you, dating properly?
Okay, so because do you meet a guy and he's cool, let me see what he's talking about? Or do you build a roster and date all of them together?
No, but you see my girlfriends say I should build a roster.
You should build a roster, absolutely.
That's what my girlfriends are saying. They're like, you have to date because it's kind of like shopping for a car. Correct. Right? So you might like the way this guy talks to you, but you don't like the way he dresses. Correct. You might like the way this one treats you or the way he's family oriented. So, I mean. No. So, so what happens is nobody talks about it, but no man is 100% single ever. Right. I believe that. Even a single guy is not 100% single. But here's what nobody talks about. Women are not 100% single either. There's always somebody you can call over. There's always somebody you can go hang out with. There's always somebody you can have a drink with. There's always somebody you can make dinner for and they'll pull up. There's always somebody. So why are you going to meet one guy and go on a date with him and then that one date goes great and now you cut off everything you have going on in your life where you keep you 2 or 3 guys, right? Yeah. Right? Now, smashing is up to you. That's up to you and your personality, what you can handle. Right. But you hang out with 3 guys. If one of those guys is going to stick out, they're going to make sure a guy that wants to be with you, he's going to be so intentional with your time. You're not going to have time for the other 2. So he'll move forward very fast. Okay. But then if you got 3 guys that are moving slow, do what you like with all 3. You're right. And you see, that's the thing. That's the thing is that I feel like sometimes when I meet, I've met a couple people, right? Okay. And they want to get married like tomorrow. No, you don't. And I'm like, no, I promise you. They're like, you're going to be my wife. I'm like, bro, it's been like a week. Can we like relax? And that makes me kind of like run. And then I realized I take a step back. I'm like, am I really ready for commitment? Correct. Am I ready to trust again? Right? And then I think it's me, but I'm like, you talking smack right now.
Correct. That's why I said, no, you're not. No dude wants to get married in a week. It sounds good. Now, is there box involved in this?
No. Sometimes there's not. Okay, there's no box.
So some guys think that rushes the box. No dude wants a woman like, man, I'm gonna marry her tomorrow. Like, no guy, not in a week. That's insane because you don't know how crazy she is.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, because everybody a little crazy. It's just who's the amount of crazy you can deal with. Everybody, both men and women are crazy. It's both sides.
I agree.
You know, so you need to be around. You need to see all the emotion. You need to see them happy. You need to see them sad. You need to see them upset. You need to see them joyful. You need to see them disappointed. You need to see them go through all those emotions before you can even think about marrying anybody. And I'm a big advocate where everybody needs to live together first.
I believe that.
Yes,
100%.
Huge advocate for that.
100%.
I don't care whose house it is. His or hers. Spend the night at the same place. Y'all need to have a toothbrush at the same location for a couple of months to see what's going on.
I like that. So, do you think? So you really think that women should have a roster? So
Absolutely.
Do you think the same for men too?
Well, men are gonna automatically have a roster.
That's what I'm saying.
By nature.
By nature.
Yeah.
Right?
No dude goes on a date with a girl like, yo man, I just went out with Jess, man. She's so hot. I don't want to talk to nobody else. No man.
I mean, I am that girl though.
Yeah. Verbally, he's gonna say that. verbally, he's gonna say that. But in real life, he can be like, man, boy, she was cool, but he's gonna keep doing whatever he's doing.
Yeah.
If some girl calls him after he leaves all day, he's gonna answer the phone and keep moving accordingly.
That's true.
Now, if some time goes by, you know, and he's like, I really dig her, then he's gonna start occupying your time. Hey, I want you to come hang with me and my boys.
Right.
Hey, I want to meet your family. Hey, let's go on vacation together. He started making these plans. He started being intentional. You'll start seeing like you have less time for your roster.
Okay.
Try my best.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, what do you think about the 50-50? I feel like online, it's a ongoing conversation, like 50-50 bills and this and that.
Well, the thing is, I don't think there's a such thing as 50-50. I think it's 100-100.
Okay.
It has to be 100-100 because you don't know where nobody is with their finances at the time or with their mentals.
Right.
Like life hits people differently. But where's the 50-50 if everybody puts everything together? You know what I'm saying? Where's the equality in that? And then I hate to hear the 50-50 discussion because the people that talk about it the most are people that aren't in relationships at all. You're a single person already preparing for somebody like, I'm not going 50-50. You finna take care of everything. So this guy's going to meet you.
Right. And
just take care of your whole lifestyle just because you're a woman.
Yeah.
And what if your career outweighs his?
Okay.
See, people never think about like the careers. Like some guys, like their dream in college is like, I want to be a math professor. You're gonna make about $70,000 as a math professor, but then the girl you fall in love with might be a doctor. So he gotta go 50-50.
But see, that's the conversation though.
That's the conversation.
That's the thing. People always say the man has to do it anyway. What do you think about it?
Oh, I've seen that. So I knew this couple. How can I make the same disguise so they don't know I'm talking about them? So I knew this couple where they got married really fast. First thing. Okay. And the guy was like, let's just use FedEx. Let's say it was a job like that. It was like a FedEx gig where he made like $60,000. And she was like an entrepreneur. She did real estate, and then she also was into entertainment. Okay. She books a TV show. Okay. That pays high six figures for the year. Wow. But in her mind, he was the man. So he's still supposed to take care of all the bills, all their things, and she's supposed to take this high six figure and ball out. Oof. And she thought in her mind that made sense. And I remember telling her as a friend, I'm like, y'all not gonna make it. Okay. Because that should be a win for y'all. You know what I'm saying? I think 50-50, it puts people where like when you get married, like y'all still keep everything secret. Like we should know what we have.
Correct. I agree.
Yeah, my wife knows every contract that I sign. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I know what she does at her job. Like it's like there's no 50-50. This is what we have. So these are the moves that we can make together. And then like anything can happen. Somebody, like I said, somebody can fall off. Somebody can get sick. Somebody could, somebody could lose a job. Right. And then now you 50-50. How you gonna cover your half?
No, you're right. So how did they navigate that situation though?
Say again?
That couple, how did they navigate that?
They got divorced. Oh. Yeah, it didn't work because it's insane. That dude's he's gonna bust his ass and try to work overtime, take care of all their bills, and you sitting on $300,000. Yeah. And it's like instead of we have $300,000. That's like it's almost like you're doing 50-50, and then you and your husband going 50-50. And then your husband is a truck driver, and you're a lawyer, you're a doctor, and then he gets a scratch off that's worth $1 million. So he doesn't have to give you half of that.
No, of course he does.
He needs to keep that for himself because y'all going 50-50.
Right.
So I just need to cover my side of the bills, right? Because that's what we're doing. I get it. So now I got $1 million, and you got 75,000 in your savings. I got $1 million, but you don't get this because we're going 50-50. Versus we just got $1 million. You know what I'm saying? So that's where it just and I don't talk about it publicly a lot because I'm like most of the people that have the biggest aggressions towards 50-50, most of them are single. You're right. It's not married people. Married people aren't in the chat like blah blah blah. And then you get a couple of housewives that would jump in the chat like, my husband, but you're a housewife. Right. So it's still not 50-50. Correct. It's 100-0.
he says.
If you're a housewife, it's 100-0. It's not.
Right.
50, that's not even 50-50.
Yeah.
That's not. It's 100-0. You're not helping at all. But you're helping with the house,
right?
Which is very important. You know, kids and getting them around. But this man goes to work and he puts all his money in one account, and that's y'all account. I guess it's not a 50-50 account.
Right.
So that's, I think, the misconception with that.
No, you're right. And a lot of people that talk about it, they are single, right?
It's mostly single.
I just feel like, because I've seen it, right? Where it's like, okay, well, we go 50-50, so I just bought a case of water or
I've seen that too.
Dinner, and it's like, give me the $2.50 that it costs.
No.
This is ridiculous.
We're going out grocery shopping. This is how much we're going to spend.
Okay, because you budget to get
correct,
them, right?
Yep.
So the money goes. So do you do joint accounts? Like, do you believe in joint accounts, or do you believe you should have?
We have separate accounts, but we have access to both, so we can see. We see what's going in all.
Oh.
And that's all. And so like this is what we have. So now we're going here. Like we're going on a cruise next year.
Okay. So
we're going on a cruise. So we're gonna take this much. It's like here's hers. And then ours, you know what I'm saying? So it's all, like, we can see everything. So this is how much we're going to put aside for this trip right here. This is how much we're going to put aside for this. We're going to move next year. This is how much this is going to cost. So we need to put this much to the side. And we kind of do it like that.
I love it. You're very knowledgeable. I love having this conversation with you. We have a segment on the show called Pillow Confessions.
Okay.
So, yes, I know, right? no need for, it's fun. It's fun.
Oh, you got a bunch of random stuff in there.
Yes, we have random questions here. We're going to pick a few, right? I don't know what you're going to
pull. I just pick one?
Yes. And you read the question.
Oh, Lord, I hope my contacts don't start failing me.
Or I can read it for you if you want it.
Okay, no, we got it.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Should have brought my glasses. All right. It says, what's a little white lie you've told on a first date to impress someone?
Oh.
I don't know. I don't think little white lies? I don't know. Let me think. That's a difficult one.
Maybe even
what's a little white lie? On the first date,
did you drive your friend's
I'm not a capper on first.
Good. That's a good
thing.
thing.
So I'm thinking like, I don't know, if it was a white lie, it was something stupid, like maybe she had on something I didn't like and she asked me if I like it. You know, it wasn't like a little lie about me. Okay. It might be like, oh, you like my hairstyle? Yeah, it was great. You know, like this is terrible. Like we're never going out again. You know, so it might be something like that. But it wasn't be like I'm not that guy to just come and just like be lying on a first date. I might need another one.
Yes.
I have nobody to work on that.
Okay, good. We're gonna do another one.
Yeah, there we go. Let's see what we got here. Wait, what font did you choose these at?
This should have been bigger for real.
Oh, here we go. What's the most eye-opening thing? I feel like we talked about that already. Yeah, we talked about that.
We did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I talked about living together first.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I'm sorry. Let's see what we got here. What's a piece of dating advice you've given to others but secretly never really followed?
Oh, that's a good one.
What's a couple things?
Oh, okay. Do tell.
You ever seen people that be like, they do the 90-day rule?
Oh yeah.
I think that's the stupidest thing in life. You gonna wait 90 days, then you're gonna give them the box, and then you don't like it.
Right.
If you know you're gonna do it, you should just do it on the first day. Just go ahead and make it happen. If you
know,
feel the vibe, just do it. Just do it.
Okay, so let me ask you this about the first day, right? Okay. So, will you have the same respect for the person that gives up the box on the first day? Would you actually wife up that person?
Me and my wife had sex on the third day.
But that's the third. What about the first? She would have been like,
I felt the way on the first day as I felt on the third. I think some people I think we grown now, ladies and gentlemen. I'm 41. I think we grown. I think you know what you know. Yeah. I think you know the vibe. And like I said, it's not as important as people try to make it seem. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not what's going to make y'all get together. You're right. You know what I'm saying? So if you feel the vibe, because, man, dates can be crazy. Like, am I wrong here? Have we been out? Like, have you been drunk on the first date before? Have you been turned up and the vibe was right? You got to the house, you tried to watch that movie, and that movie started watching you. Right. Next thing you know, y'all on the couch, laid sideways, and it just is up. So now you're like, oh man, I had all this great energy with her. Now I can't talk to her anymore because I had sex too fast. What dude says that? No. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just mental buildup. Now, do you need to go tell your friends y'all knocked down that quick? I don't think so. No. I think you need to keep that a little secret. Yeah. But like if you get a little action with the first or second day, it can happen. Okay. I met a couple. They've been married for 30 years. Oh. They met on a cruise, a singles cruise. Okay. Had sex the first night. The cruise lasted 7 days. And when I seen them, they were celebrating their 26th marriage anniversary when I first met them. Yeah, they said they got together, got it in the first day. It was inseparable. They had 2 kids, businesses. They were retired. They were an older couple. Like, they got it in. I mean, they just knew. You know, Y'all, if a woman makes a guy wait 90 days, she knows by the 10th day if he's going to get it on the 90th day. Go on, do it.
Listen, women know on the first date if we're giving the box or not.
They know from the picture.
Yes.
Like, see his chest? Yeah.
Right. Like, they know. So it's like someone that says, oh, the 90-day rule. Like, you're just capping because on that first date, that first hello,
come on,
you know if you're giving it up.
You know what's up. And, I mean, so you don't wait 90. Imagine how disappointed you are on the 91st day. If he ain't got nothing for you, no stamina, no size for you, nothing that you want to do. Now you mad, now you tell your homegirl, I should have did it in the beginning.
Right.
Come on now. It's just like buying a car. Like, you got to drive the thing out the parking lot. You got to know what's going on.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, one more.
One more?
One more.
Hope I broke that down as best I could.
You did. That was good. That was good.
What we got here? We got, yeah, that in there twice. It's the same one I had last time.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, we'll put it back in there. Yeah. Somebody else.
For somebody else, yeah.
Let's see. What's a misconception people have about you when it comes to dating or relationships? Okay.
Relationships because you're not dating, but yeah.
Right.
Biggest misconception.
I think I'm so open and brutally honest with my friends. I think they think that I'm probably mean in a dating scenario. Oh. Because I don't feel like, I don't like to fluff stuff.
Okay.
I'd like, you ask me a question, it'd be like, I'm just, for instance, I had a homegirl, she was dating this guy, like, man, he hasn't called me in 2 days. I said, he don't like you enough. Oop. But why waste your time? Why am I fluff you when I know the truth?
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, man, he don't never want to touch me. He's not attracted. So they think I'm stern. But I'm like, I'm just direct. I have a direct approach. So they think, like, you must hurt your wife's feelings all the time. Like, no, we have open. She give it to me too. Like, I put something on the other day that she didn't like. She's like, well, you don't fit that no more because my body, I stretch. I get bigger, I get smaller, I get bigger. Yeah. So yeah, that don't fit no more. You need to take it off. Okay. Like, yeah, give it to me. Take the Band-Aid off. I don't like don't give me the fluff. Like, I hate like, if I have a question for you and we're doing business and I text you like, hey, what time's the thing start? I hate those people that like text you back like, good morning, how you doing? Grand Rise. I'm like, okay, good morning. What time does the thing start? Because it's still the same question. So I think the misconception, I think people think that makes me mean in my dating, but I'm very much a romantic. Okay. I'm just like, I don't need the fluff. I'm like, let's just talk about it. Let's get it out.
Yeah, honesty is the best policy.
Honesty is the best policy. Let's get it on out there.
Let's get it on out there. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, Rod.
Thank you.
For this great conversation. It was a pleasure having you. Can you let the public know where can they find you?
You find me on all social media platforms. It's just my name, Rod Minger. That's RODMINGER. I hope she puts it right here, a little thing right here. If this comes out before December the 19th, I'm shooting a comedy special at the Atlanta Comedy Theater in Norcross. I would love for y'all to come out. And I have a movie coming out on Peacock, starring me, Ty Tucker, and Shamil Morton. That's gonna be good. It's called Don't Bring Your Man to Atlanta. That's gonna be hilarious. So that's coming out next, and that's it, man.
Okay, thank you so much. Mm-hmm. Well, I'm your host, Jessica Black, and thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Pillow Talk with Jess. And again, I want to thank our amazing sponsors, Made in Beauty and Dream Aesthetics. And don't forget to follow us on YouTube, and you can also follow me on Jess Black and Pillow Talk with Jess.
Boom.
See ya.
I didn't get no chance.